Welcome to Capture the Reps podcast, the podcast for fitness creatives by fitness creatives. Each episode, we will dive into techniques, strategies, and behind-the-scenes stories to help fast-track your career. Whether you're behind the camera or in front of it, this is the space to grow, create, and connect. Hit it, Sam.
I couldn't think of a better way to get back into Capture the Reps podcast and have someone of your caliber joining us.
Bro, dude,
Let me tell you.
Or what you're trying to say is you're going to start with the bar low. So everybody after that just looks, you start with the low bar and then you work your way up. And then you work your way up.
You're a well-known guy. Every time I look up, you're at a new competition or something. You're doing these cool shoots with models now. You probably have been doing them for a while, but I've just noticed them because I was, creeping on you for a set episode.
I've kind of started doing a lot less CrossFit. I still love CrossFit. I'm just trying to expand more. I have a passion for like bikes now because I bought a bike, so getting more into that, more into travel stuff. So it's just more. I just want to enjoy it more than just getting locked down to one thing like CrossFit. I love CrossFit. I love all my friends, which is the reason I do it. So it's for you guys, really. I do it for you guys. I hang out with the homies.
Wow. I mean, just so selfless of an individual.
So selfless.
What makes you want to diversify? Like, why is that important to you?
So the good thing about me and photography is like, this isn't my do or die. Like, this is a passion project that I make money out of. Like, I have a full-time job with the government it's fine. So this is all just extra. It's just fun. It's just to meet new people. It's just an excuse to travel. So I got a lot of that with CrossFit. I feel like I built the networks and connections. I did the hustle, the grinding. So now I can kind of pick and choose more and start to enjoy myself a lot more. Because like, what it's like when you first start off, you just have to grind and grind and grind. So just get anywhere. So I want to enjoy it more now. And then plus this past year we were supposed to deploy, and then that kind of really set it straight. I was like, I only have a limited amount of time. Luckily the deployment fell through and I was like, oh, well, now I like all this other stuff now. So
yeah. How are you able to, like, obviously you're managing a lot of different things there. You have a full-time job and then, I'm guessing you sneak away on the weekends to go do competitions and stuff, but like,
pretty much,
a lot of our friends that do what we do, have other gigs. So like, any advice to them, or like, how do you do it? Because like you said, man, you're with the government, so like it's not like a very casual thing where it's like, hey, I'm going to take PTO this weekend.
Yeah, no. So like, I do take leave. The bigger comps I take leave. Luckily, when a year or two ago, there was a time where I was shooting for the Army fitness team. So I would travel with them. Like, I got to go to Budapest with them. I went to NorCal last year with them. I went to other events and they covered all of it. So that counted as like my military leave. So my government job couldn't really do much because I was on orders. So that kind of worked out. And that I used that a lot to network and grind and build my portfolio and then just start reaching out more. And then like last year with the games, I was out there with the Army team. And then before that, I was out there with the Marshals. So it just kind of worked out as I am on leave, but it's like government leave. It's not just regular PTO. So that kind of worked out for a lot of events. But then there's some times where I'm like, hey, I'm just going to take leave. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to have to worry about work. I don't want to have to do anything. And I just take leave and go. Like, I guess the bigger thing to a lot of people think these gigs just fall into your lap. And, sometimes it does. But a lot of times you got to start at the bottom. You got to volunteer. You gotta. What's the saying? You got to spend money to make money, or something like. Yes. You got to buy the flights. You got to get the hotels. You got to do that. Yeah.
But also, don't surround yourself with friends that will drop you links to the newest thing that just dropped. No Sony gear, whatever it is. Because I have friends like that, and they're great people. And then they do stuff like that. And I'm like, man, you're really just trying to bankrupt me. So like, are you my friend?
Dude, let me tell you, man, almost every single comp I go to, I see somebody with new toys or new gear. And they ask me if I want to try it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fly your drone. I don't want to shoot your new lens. I don't want to see this new SD card reader you have. I don't want to see any of it. Because if I see it or if I touch it, that's how I bought my drone in the first place. I think it was Wadapalooza 2 years ago. I was on the team and somebody had like a nice drone and I saw it and I was like, I flew it and I was like, man, I want this. And since I bought it, I've maybe flown it 3 times. So
yeah. Where'd you fly it? Like, what'd you do?
I flew it at Wadapalooza this year, and then I flew it at Waza last year. It's because where I live in Virginia is close to the DC area, so there's so many restrictions. It's super hard to fly. Like it won't even take
have
off.
Like a pilot's license too, don't you? Like
you gotta have a license. It's gotta be
yeah.
it's gotta be approved. You gotta approve it ahead of time, so you can't just go out and fly it whenever you want. You have to put in like a 24-hour advance at least. Then they have to approve it, and then they'll track it, and then it's internal like antennas like won't let you go up so high. You can only go in certain places. Like there's red zones, there's yellow zones, there's green zones, but being in the DC area, everything's red. Everything's all red. So
yeah. Well, you mentioned like getting started in competitions and things like that. Like is there like a certain moment? Was it possibly like before deployment that you found that you're really interested in this like camera world, or like what kind of sparked that interest to even?
No, so I'll start off with the deployment thing. So the deployment thing was recently this year, and that's kind of how I branched off into different things like the bikes, the models, the brands, the clothing. Like I just wanted to get as much as I could I have enough to edit for the next year, you know. But the whole camera thing started maybe like 3 years ago, I think. I went to a local comp with my gym, and I was not a creative or a photographer or anything, but there was a lot of us there, and I was there as a supporter. And then I remember my gym owner had a little camera. It was like a Canon like SLR, like it was an old one, like the old ones. And she gave it to me and said, "Hey, would you mind taking photos? Like we're gonna coach, we're gonna cheer. I know you're a spectator too." So I did that, and then it just took off, man. Like this was in like November, I think, like November, October. Like I want to say 23 or 22, one of those. But then like the next week I bought a new camera, like a kit lens, like a basic one, like a super basic one. And then I started reaching out to gyms. I shot at a few gyms, and then I reached out to TFX in Austin, and I was like, I have family in Austin. It's an excuse to go home. I'll be all right. I'll be good. Somehow, some way, they said yes to me. I volunteered. I actually volunteered with Ish. Like that was our first big comp. That's the first time I met him. So him and I started off together. Like we've been in this together since the beginning. That's when I first met Carlos. That's when I first met Enrique. That's when I first met Anthony Tom. Like and they were so cool, man. Like they helped me out so much. I can't even I don't even know if I would have pursued what I was doing if it weren't for like that whole group of guys. And then there was so much more. But after that, it kind of just took off more and more. Once I got TFX under my belt, I had like some photos to my portfolio to kind of prove like, okay, like he's been to events, he's been to this. And then I started shooting at more gyms and then more gyms and more gyms and more athletes. And then it wasn't until probably a few months in or a few comps in that I started making any kind of money. Because like I said, like you have to spend the money to make the money, but it was worth it, man. It was fun. It was a great time.
Yeah. And those initial, those initial moments at like TFX and those conversations, like what were you asking or like what advice was given to you? Because like, you're kind of just, I'm assuming you were just kind of like thrown out there.
Brother, I didn't know.
Probably given like specific guidelines on what to do and all that kind of stuff. But like, just from like a learning standpoint.
Oh man. So I remember distinctly conversations with Carlos and with Anthony Tom and with Enrique. I remember sitting down trying to edit on my old, like, it was like an old Dell I had when I was in the Army. Was not good at processing photos. The colors were way off. And Anthony Tom's like, dude, like, you're going to have to spend the money, like, upgrade to a MacBook. And then I eventually did, and it was a game changer. But him and Black Rambo, Charles, him and Anthony Tom and Enrique like would sit down with me and like tell me like, hey, like play with the highlights, play with the shadows. Like, here's what the S curve does. Like, they wouldn't tell me what to fix, but they would be like, hey, I think you should maybe try this, try that, try this, and kind of see what fits. And we did that. Like, we sat down during the event which is crazy if you think about it, because you've worked events. Like, we don't have time to sit down.
Zero
like,
time.
I remember I took this great photo, but I couldn't edit it because I didn't know, like, it was a great photo. And then Anthony Tom's like, hey, man, like, I'm just going to help out. We're going to do this. We're going to go do that. And then he actually airdropped me some presets he had. And I didn't know how big that was, but he airdropped me like his own presets to like apply to the photos. And he's like, these are my personal ones. Like, feel free to use them. Like, you're going to do good. And then, so I thought that was awesome, man. Like they took the time to help out me and E, because him and I were both new, man. Like, we had like our camera members were basic ones. And then one of the biggest ones was, I remember talking to Carlos, and this one stuck with me the most. Like, Carlos was like, dude, anybody could pick up a camera, like a nice one nowadays, and take a good photo, but not everybody can work 12-hour days with somebody, because you want to work with somebody cool that's not going to bitch, that's not going to complain, it's not going to slack. Like, we're in the trenches, man. Like, we're in the trenches together for at least 12 hours a day. And Carlos is like, dude, like, just be a cool dude, man. Like just be a cool dude. Like, the work will show for itself, but your personality will go further than your photos will. Which is, I get both sides. Like E takes amazing photos, but E also takes his personality, and his work ethic is awesome. So he's going.
I thought you were going to go the other direction there and be like,
he was like, no, man, he
terrible.
sucks, bro. He sucks, dude. He's in California. Whatever, he sucks. No,
sorry,
man, but
we can chirp him because he's going to have a rebuttal at some point for you. So, like, later down, in the episodes here.
We'll do the call out.
No, but
yeah, that's how it took off.
That's great. And like you said, we sometimes hear about it, but like getting like a real like story of like, this is how it actually happened. Because I think a lot of the times people think that like, we're like grinding so hard and like head down that like we aren't approachable or anything like that. And like, yes. I know you think the same way here. It's like, no, at some point, like someone's helped us out along the way, and we've been that person to ask questions. So like, I always invite questions, like, please ask me questions.
100%.
Like, and I don't ever position myself as an expert, because like there's always something that I can learn, and I can learn from literally every single person, whether you're someone that just started or whether you're someone that's a seasoned vet. Like, I'm going to listen to what you say and probably implement something that you said in a different way, because you're coming at it from a different perspective than me.
Yeah. No, dude, I agree, man. And it's even like, it's gotten to the point where like I've gotten the opportunity to run teams at events, and like I always try to bring on new guys, like just the volunteers, because there's always people that try to volunteer at events, and some of them have done really well, and some of them have just completely bombed it. And like, but the ones that do really well, I try so hard to go out of my way to just make sure like they have their questions answered, like, because they don't know what they don't know. Also, like they don't know the preset will do this, or like the noise reduction will do this, or the contrast or anything like that, because they just like, they're new, they're hungry. But I try very hard to go out of my way to get new guys, because I know what it's like to be the new guy on the other end of that. I always try to go out of my way to help the volunteers or the new guys at events, because they don't know what they don't know. Like, I didn't know what I didn't know when I first started at TFX, or like the first events. And I remember one of the first times I led a team was at Asbury Park in 2024, and I had Sebastian on my team. Like, I didn't know Sebastian, I just knew of him, and he helped me out so much when I led a team on just how to do it, like how to manage it, how to just do everything. So like, Sebastian and Bruce have helped me out tremendously along the way, and I got to give them a shout out also.
Yeah, Bruce has been getting a lot of love in here. He is a guest as well in the past. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Good. I'm glad you've been watching the podcast and you know that. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I
appreciate the support as always. You're always the first person to give me props. I appreciate that. But yeah, it is funny how, you do hear a lot of the same names, and not necessarily when I'm talking with people on the podcast, but even just talking with people like, in between events or whatever, it's always the same individuals that come up. And like, I know you probably feel the same way. It's like, I hope someday that I am also like brought up as someone that's been helping people along, in that instance.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially because it's such a small world, dude. It's such a small world. We all know each other. We all know the new guys. We know the bad guys. We know the good guys. It's just a small community.
Who are the bad guys?
I don't know. I forget because I'm getting old, so I forget things. taking a lot of hits to the head, and I forget things.
No, I think to your point, what you're reiterating on earlier, it's like really the bad people are just people you don't necessarily want to work with, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I'd much rather work with someone that doesn't have all the skills but has a great personality as opposed to the opposite.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
No, that makes sense. So you got started in competitions, you had help along the way. You know, what was like your main way of like getting better? Like, was it just throwing yourself out there and just continuously, you know, making yourself uncomfortable, or?
You know what? For the longest time, so, I mean, I'm always uncomfortable with talking to people, like, hence my name Stutters, so I have a speech impediment. So that was very uncomfortable. I have a side story for that too, which has really helped me along the way. But I guess getting the reps in and looking at other people's stuff, not to copy them, but to get inspiration on different styles. Because I feel like we all go to the gym and like we all shoot the same thing over and over and over, the same angles, the same shots. But then sometimes one of us will shoot a different angle, and like you can see it inspire other creators to do that or to kind of branch off in that. And I love that. I love it.
To get over the speech impediment, what have you done there? What was your side story? Because we're allowed to go on random tangents. We don't have to be very structured on this. Hence why, if you notice, I just moved something that was out of the frame that's been in the frame the entire time. Which is just like little, you didn't say anything? You don't have my back?
I didn't want to say anything. I thought that was like your creative edge right there. I thought that was like your thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I trust you, man. You're the expert.
That was good. No,
dude, I trust you because you're the expert, bro. You are the expert.
I'm not the expert. I've never said I was the expert. I am simply a person trying to figure out just like everybody else.
You don't have to say it, man. I'll say it for you. Don't worry. I'll scream it from the mountaintops. Don't worry.
The only thing that I did on an expert level today was apply hair gel. I don't know if you noticed. This has not moved.
I don't. It hasn't moved. Well, I don't have much experience with that. Been bald for a while.
Sorry, I'm going to bring that up.
Way to throw it in my face. It's cool. It's cool. Real chill.
No, I apologize. That's on me.
No, you're good.
Man, how do we awkward segue here?
So, yeah, stutters. So we'll go back to my story then. Well, so it's when I first started, I get super uncomfortable like going up to strangers and talking to them. Which like given my background in the military and like law enforcement, you would think is weird because like that was my job. But like going up to strangers and like CrossFit events were like really weird. I don't like doing it, but I do it out of like necessity for the job. But I remember one of the first events I shot, this mom came up to me at like a local comp. It was a local comp in Maryland, I think. And she came up to me and she's like, "Hey, why is your name Stutters?" And I was like, I stuttered a little bit. And I was like, well, because I've had a speech impediment like my whole life. I've been in speech therapy. It got worse when I was in the military. And she's all like, my son has a really bad stutter. Like, would you be able to talk to him? And I was like, wow, like, absolutely. Like, I would love to talk to them. And I got to talk to them for like a little bit. And they're just like, how are you able to overcome like being so uncomfortable and going out and talking to strangers? Because I know how much it sucks to be like young and being picked on. Because the mom was telling me, not in front of the child, but she's all like, he gets picked on, like he doesn't talk, he doesn't do any of this stuff. Like, how did you overcome this? And I was like, honestly, it's like just through reps. Like and I tried to explain to the mom, I was like, it's not something he's going to be able to overcome by himself when he's young. When he's older, like push him out there, like tell him to go out there and do this. Like I do with my youngest son, because he has a speech impediment too. Wasn't as bad as mine was when he was young, but I always try to push him to go out there with his brother and like talk to the waiter or talk to the store staff, like the clerks or whatever. And I could see him like slowly building up the confidence and being able to do that. So that was the first time I talked with the parent, and I was like, damn, like I feel like I can really like help out because I know what it's like. And then it's happened many times actually. Like I've gotten emails or like a message from a parent, and they're like, hey, could you just talk to my kid or just tell me as a parent, like how can I do it? And I can resonate with that because I am a parent with the kid with the speech impediment. So like it's cool to be able to have like, not that that's my main platform, but it's cool to be able to help out with some parents because I know how much it sucks. I know that it's not cool to be picked on for a stutter or like a speech impediment or of anything, you know, but
Yeah.
But that's always been like my proudest moment in like my whole career. Like it's not the CrossFit Games or going to Budapest or meeting you or going out with Bruce or whatever. It's all, dude, like you're like number 3, maybe going out with Bruce and Sebastian's 2. And then like helping the parents.
We could really date ourselves here and be like, oh yeah, our MySpace, like you're in my top 5. People aren't even going to get that reference.
Dude, they're not going to get it. Dude.
No, but like that's, isn't that, it's, I understand what you're saying. Cause it's like, you know, we do take like really cool images or cool videos and like we're part of memories and like some very emotional things, but like, it's funny how all the other stuff is more impactful. So like the way that you're able to impact someone's life because they found you on Instagram, saw your Instagram handles, like, oh wait, my son is going through like something similar. And it's like, that's such a cool, like way to connect, you know, with people. And like, at the end of the day, like to your point, like about, you know, communication, walking up to people and talking to people, like we are in the people business. Like
we are.
Yeah, we have equipment and like we're often behind a camera and all that, but like in order to make everyone comfortable and to really get the moments and to obtain the vulnerability necessary, like we have to be people first.
Exactly.
And have a personality and get people to feel comfortable with us and not take advantage of that comfortability either. Like don't take advantage and like, you know, use it to your own benefit. It's like, no, you have to have an emotional connection with someone to really make some cool stuff.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
So when you're looking at like what you like to create, like how do you form that? Like it seems like you have your toes in a lot of different things, which is really cool. And is something that will never allow you to become like stagnant, right? Cause you're always like challenging new boundaries and doing new stuff. So like, how do you come across a project that gets you going or like what gets you going on a project?
Oh man. So
you can say great question. It's fine. No one's said that in a while. It really helps my ego.
Great question. It honestly took my breath away how great it was, but I don't know if you could tell the pause. It's just, it truly was a great question.
Even if there wasn't like a pause there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like this epic, like 3 second, just like,
bro, just put this sparkle in my eyes. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, how did he format this? Was that a chat GPT question? Or that was too good to be true.
Yeah. Over my other screen here, I threw in all of your socials and I was like, all right, chat GPT together a bunch of questions.
I wouldn't blame it at all. I wouldn't blame it at all. No, but to your question, I can say selfishly, there has been some events where like I just go because I want to hang out with the other creators. Like I can 100% say like, damn, a lot of my friends are going to be there. Like even this year with the CrossFit Games, I wasn't planning on going. I didn't really like plan on going because I'm trying to like dial it back so I can enjoy myself more. But now I see all you guys are going and I'm just like, damn, I just want to go hang out with my friends, you know?
Are you going?
I have some friends going to the Monster Games because it's the same weekend. But then I have friends but then I can get paid by people to go to the CrossFit Games. I don't know.
And you can get one of these cool things.
I have 2 of those. I wonder if I could just sneak in with the old ones because they're the same thing.
That's cute. You only have 2. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail this conversation. This is the kind of stuff that we go back and forth with all the time whenever we're like in the media pit area. So it's nice that people are getting a little this side of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we talk a lot of smack.
Keeps me motivated. Keeps me hungry.
Dude, I remember last year at NorCal, I was so tired. And like when I get tired, my stutter gets so bad, dude. Like so bad. I just remember being in front of John shoots. Fuck, I can't even say it. John shoots it. And I just remember just like glitching out. I couldn't finish a word. I just started glitching out. And John's like dying, like, bro, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I have a stutter. And he's like, that's why you're called stutters. Yeah. I'm just like, bro, it was so bad. I'll never forget. I was just like glitching out, man. I just couldn't finish the word to save my life.
Hey, if you're gonna glitch out, that's a guy to glitch out to though, because he is like the least judgmental person. He's probably just like, oh, I had no idea. I just, whatever. We're just going to float here.
No, I don't think it was very nice because it was like the last day. Like all of us were tired. We're just talking shit to each other. But it's fun though. It's fun.
Well, last year too with NorCal, like we were that heat of the day was something else.
That's the only event I've ever been to where I had to like walk off the floor because I was like, I'm going to pass out. Like I legit thought I was going to pass out. It was so hot.
This year was so much better. I did enjoy, I don't know if you saw, I was rocking the hoodie long sleeve, but a very light hoodie long sleeve.
I saw you running around with that. How did that work out for you?
Great.
Okay.
I would say it did affect the vitamin D that I was able to obtain, but to wear that early in the weekend was a smart idea because then I could progress, the tan, so to speak, and layer it up. It's an underrated thing about, working in media is, you got a lot of sun exposure in a lot of cases, especially like Miami, except for when it rains. But like,
oh my gosh, it rains.
Yeah.
Dude, so
might have rained a little bit this year, but
it rained. My gear was soaking wet. Everything was wet.
Yeah.
Dude, so when I got to NorCal, I only packed one pair of shorts. I completely forgot I had to pack more shorts because Virginia was like, I think it was chilly. So I had like my joggers. So for like for 2 or 3 days in NorCal, I was in my pants and in my Lulus, which are really nice.
Humble brag, nice. Way to like slide that in there. That was good.
I got my Lulus because of Bruce, and I hate him for that. Because I met him like years ago, and that's all he rocked was Lulus, and I'm like, dude, Lulu's trash, whatever, man. Like born primitive all the way, or like whatever. And then I got a pair, and I was like, man, this is life changing. They're so nice. Yeah. And they're
I'm
gonna
have to look into that. I do wear Lulu long pants, like dress pants. I forget what they're called for like corporate stuff.
Dude, well, the joggers are like my travel pants. Dude, they breathe. They're so nice. I wore them at NorCal, and honestly, it felt as cool as when I was wearing my shorts. Like it felt great. It felt amazing, dude. I felt
how
like
did
a ninja.
You look though? Would you say 10 out of 10? Did you get feedback?
Well, I also forgot my socks, so I was asking everybody for their orange socks.
Have you ever traveled before? Like we're forgetting.
I mean, once or twice, but you know what, dude? I knew that you were going to be there, and I was just excited.
Oh,
like, you just overtook my whole mind.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was going to see you. I was going to see Koala. I was going to see John. E. I was going to see all you guys. I had my priorities straight. Getting to you guys.
Hey, fair enough. You mentioned people that you like to do competition. Is there anything else that contributes to like your wanting to go and like work a competition or be at a competition?
And wanting to just slave away for 18-hour days and then wake up and do it again?
You may work for 18 hours. You may work for 20. You may not sleep. I don't know. I don't want to call you out here. This is your journey. I'm simply allowing you the platform to speak about your journey.
There's been many comps where I don't sleep. And honestly, back to what Carlos said when I first started, it's just, who do you want to be in the trenches with all day? Like, who do you want to hang out with all day? And with the people I go to these comps for or with, I'll hang out with them all day, man. Like, it's just fun because I've been there with you, man. Like, we just talk shit or talk smack all day. It's just a fun time, man. We get our work done, and it's just fun. Honestly, I'm all about that.
Yeah. All about the people.
And then people. Of course, like the athletes are fun. It's fun. Like the events are fun. The money's cool and all, but I do it to hang out with you guys. Really.
Hey, listen, we appreciate that. I guess all that stuff that people said behind your back isn't true, but that's fine. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that after this.
I don't care what they say.
This is probably, cool. if I would rank the loosest podcast we've ever done, I would say this would be number 1 so far. So I've been very appreciative of your presence.
Calling loosest, I don't know what that means or how to take that, but I'll take it.
Free flowing. We're going back and forth. It's fine.
We're like a river, bro. Like Zen, like you're like the koi like this, and I'm the koi like this, and we're just like that tattoo of the koi fish. That could be us.
Is that the like thing that intertwines? It's fine. We might have had a misconnection there. I was just saying how we were connecting so well, and then we had a moment like that. It's very embarrassing. Sorry, people that are watching this are only going to see this. Now, people that are listening, they might not even seen that reference, so it might not even matter. I don't know.
Well, they probably should get on to watch it though, so they know what the reference is with the koi fish. So it's like that. It's like
it's a great visual. Visual artist,
Visuals, what I do, man. I'm trying to get, man. So I'm actually trying to get more into like the creative edits, and I have my Lightroom has about 144 pictures I've just pulled aside that I just want to just edit and play with and just do like those fancy, like dramatic things with. I want to try to find a way to make photos more my own and stand out more and like not just be like the normal badass photos. I want to.
So when you say that, is it like a coloring aspect? Is it more of like what the go ahead.
I mean, like the coloring part's part of it, but more like I want to get more into like the Photoshop of it. Like just want to add a little spice to it. I mean, I'd have to find like reference photos. But like I want to get better with like exposure or double exposures, putting them together, putting like different angles, just all sorts of things. I just want to. That's my goal for the end of the year, is to kind of just find a style where someone's like, oh, that's got to be Stutters. Got to be Stutters.
What are you relying on to create that style? Like I think you've mentioned like early on, you like kind of looked at other people's work as inspiration. Are you doing that same idea, or like how are you forming this Stutters 2.0?
So actually, what I've noticed in all the other styles, like whether it's motorcycle, whether it's portraits, or whether it's CrossFit or like jujitsu, every niche has like specific styles, and like it's very specific to theirs. Like I know with jujitsu, they're the ones that started the trend with like the lines and like they're moving with the athletes and all this stuff. And then a lot of the motorcycle ones, like they have like boxes, and then like the bikes are coming out of the box, and like there's all these lights and colors and trails and everything. And then with portraits, they have like different lightings, or they cover the face, or there's something crazy. I'm trying to intertwine them all to kind of make it my own style.
So would you say it's like you're taking like raw photos and kind of blending it with some graphic design?
Yeah, yes, graphic design. That's the word. That's what I'm trying to find. Dude, I don't know where I'd want to be without you, man. I don't know where, and I hope I never have to know where I'll be without you.
Well, you live across the country, my friend, so that is on you.
I am actually going to be out your way in September. I already bought my tickets. I'm going out there.
What were you not going to tell me?
I just bought the tickets yesterday, and it's just, dude, I don't know where any of my creator friends live, to be honest. I see you guys dude, I see you in Florida. I see you in New York. I see you in California. I see you in Arizona. I see you all over the place. I don't know. I don't know where any of my friends live.
We should create a creator map, and have everyone drop a little pin.
You know what? We honestly should do that so that we know who to reach out to. Because there's been many times where I'm like, I get asked, I'm like, hey, do you know somebody in Ohio? And I'm like, I think Brett. I don't know who else. Or like, do I know somebody in Texas? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, Brett is a Browns fan, so we can't really recommend it too often. Yeah, it's a very
I kind of wish I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of wish I did.
Like, it's one of his like very negative qualities. Outside of that, he
doesn't have many.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like the one. So like, I can kind of overlook that. Whatever.
I know, but can you? I mean, the Browns have been bad for so long.
Yeah,
like,
they're their own joke. I mean, you see the jersey of like 17,000 quarterbacks on the one. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that
from the one season.
Yeah, I mean, it was from a decade, but like one season could be like 7. Yeah. Now they have Shadur, so who knows? It might be turning around. Anywho,
who's your team? Wait, who's your team? I'm curious.
My team.
All I see is pink.
You have a Steelers helmet right there.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this because you're in Pittsburgh. I knew I liked you for a reason. I knew it. Yeah, because I used to live in Pittsburgh. That's right.
So, most people have football helmets. I have a hard hat helmet. That shows you how much I care about my team.
Bro, let me tell you a quick story about when I first moved up to Pittsburgh after I got out of the Army. I was with my ex, and we went out to a bar with her friends. They are hardcore Steeler fans. We're in our early 20s, like young, dumb, whatever. They asked me if I was a Ravens fan, and I didn't know any of the rivalry. I didn't know anything. And I said, you know what? I do like the Ravens. I like Ray Lewis,
Oh.
Dude, my ex... Allegedly. Dude, my ex's friend at the bar, this woman smacked me in the face, like just, and I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't know you like that.
That's a little uncalled for.
Smacked me in the face, and I was like, you know what? These Steeler fans are crazy. They are crazy.
Okay, so I feel like that's an isolated incident. I feel like we're in like court right now, and you pulled up a, what do they call it? Precedent?
Was it a precedence that they're all going to be like
go to law school? Yeah, of like some like crazy case that happened in like 1874.
It was pretty crazy, but that stuck, and I was like, man.
Listen, there is. I think the Steelers Ravens there's a respect factor there. Like both teams respect each other. You know, like both teams have had like really good years. Obviously, the Steelers are a historic franchise and been around forever, and actually been in Pittsburgh and have to buy a team and, you know, take them away from another city, which is completely barbaric. So like, you know, yeah, could you imagine? So like whenever you're looking at the Ravens logo and their style, to bring it back, as this is what often happens, like we said, your style. Is there anything that you would tell someone that's trying to find their style? Because like my thoughts on it are like, this doesn't happen overnight. And you mentioned like you've had a camera for what, like 3, now we're on 4 or 5 years ish.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while. Like thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands of photos I've been through. Like, you know what it's like to shoot, dude. Like the biggest advice I would say is like, and this sounds kind of like bad, but like learn the basic photos that people want to see. Like most people don't know the creative styles, but they know what like a normal photo is going to be at the gym, or like know how to get your foot in the door, and then once you're in the door, like kind of show them your creative style. Like, because some people don't want the fancy edits or the fancy shots, but if you know how to do the basic shots, because some gyms just want basic shots to put on social media, just learn those, and then once you're in there, start showing them more of yourself and like figuring out your own style.
Do you ever find yourself like whenever you're given like a task or you're on a gig, that like the first, let's say it's like a 2-hour gig, the first like 30 minutes, you're kind of just running around and just documenting, just like taking like almost like stay photos. And then that last like hour and a half is like when you get the most creative, because you're like, I already have the coverage.
Every time, dude, when I go to events, if it's like a multi-day event, like the first day or two, I'll get like the basic photos, like the ones that are the for sure hits. Like it's the for sure. It's not anything fancy or flashy, but it's gonna hit. And then the next few days, I'm like, let's get creative with this. Like let me get upside down, or let me go to the roof, or let me do this. Like start getting creative with it. But yeah,
how do you find that creativeness then? Like, are you relying on like what you looked like? Do you look through all the photos the day before and then you're like, okay, I know what I have now. Now I can like get different versions of that, or like what are you relying on to, find that creative element?
It's kind of like that. I don't know. I think because by that time you're with all the other creators, and then the creative juices between all of us just start flowing. We kind of have this like unspoken competition of like who's going to get creative, or the most creative, or who's going to get the craziest shot. And E always gets like the most creative, beautiful shots, and we're always like, how do you do this, man? Like I remember at World Fitness Project last year, he got this super good shot like through the curtains, but the curtains were behind a railing that was like 5 feet away. Like you could barely see like the floor through the curtain, and none of us even thought to like look through that. And I'm like, E, like how did you figure this out? And he's all like, I just saw that nobody was there, so I figured I would go there. And I kind of taken that advice. I'm like, where are the creators not? Like, where are the photographers and the videographers not? Like, how can I get a different POV? Like, how can I start looking at things differently? And you know what? Like 9 times out of 10, it's a bust. But that one time, fire. Good.
I mean, that's a good point. Like taking chances. So
yeah,
at Wadapalooza this year, Miami, was it the lifting? It was like a lifting event. It was like a bike lift. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like bike lift, jump rope.
Yeah. I know it's yeah. I know it's
and the cool thing was like Desert City Classic has like a partnership with 511 this year, and 511 had a booth at Wadapalooza. And I went over there, introduced myself, all that kind of stuff, and then went up on the top of their booth. And I noticed the top of their booth like shoots down onto that floor. And like I saw everyone like in the media pit, and this was like for, I think the Latin American group that goes before like the elites and stuff. And I saw like the media pit was kind of full, and like everyone was kind of getting like the same type of angles. I'm like, I'm going to take a chance here. And I'm going to shoot from the top of this 511 booth down onto the actual lifting stage, just get a different perspective that no one else has. I'm like, if it doesn't work out, whatever, the next, I might miss out on like the first group, and then I'll go down there for like if I'm there up for the women's, I'll go down there for the men's, or like vice versa, or teams or whatever. And when I was up there, it was so cool because like I got a different perspective, and like the footage was like decent. Excuse me. It wasn't great because the wind was like blowing up on me, and like it was kind of like shaking, and I was on like 100 to 400 obviously, and like kind of cranking it.
Massive one hit, massive.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, like, I'm so glad I took that chance. And it's funny enough because the reason why I took that chance was because I had a similar conversation with Ish way back when of like, you need to be taking chances and doing that kind of stuff. So I completely agree with you. Granted, it didn't necessarily work out for me in that scenario to be perfect. It was probably, footage wise, like a 6 out of 10. I still got a different perspective than no one else got, which is cool.
But you did it though.
I did it. So like, you just got to continually do that. And, obviously be mindful of like what you've committed to as far as deliverables go or all that kind of stuff. But if you have that ability to get additionally creative, definitely do it.
100%. Yeah, you should. I mean, I think just being able to like identify that, like, hey, I need to try like a different thing, or just being able to see like, I want to go up there, I want to go here, I want to go there. Just being able to see it is already a huge plus, because most people won't be able to see that.
No, it's true. And, I look at it too, where it's like, there's, especially at certain events, like there's so many of us that like, there's got to be different ways to stand out. And like, you can stand out with, the different visuals that you create as far as like stylistically, coloring, et cetera. But there's also stuff that you can do that where it's like a perspective change, where you can just get completely crazy off the wall and kind of do that. And a lot of that comes with access and, maybe perhaps asking for forgiveness, not permission scenarios.
True.
But like we've been saying, you do it once and it pays off. It's all worth it.
Yep, it's true. Yeah, I've kind of started to realize I'm like, there are photographers out there that like their coloring and their edits are way better than mine are, and it's way more than I would care to learn right now. And so I'm just like, how can I stay on the level without having to like deep dive into the color science or the editing thing? Because some of the guys like Imam or B Kessler, like their stuff is gorgeous, dude. And I'm like, how do you guys even edit this? How do you do this? But I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to try to stay relevant with like better shots or like different perspectives or different this or just a variety, like.
Well, and you got to remember, like, those guys have been at it for decades.
Exactly.
Years, decades. Like, how do you then deal with that idea or the concept of comparison and not allowing yourself to like fall into the trap of just being like, well, I mean,
brother,
Eric's been out there and Eric's photos are so much better than mine. Like, I suck.
Bro, the imposter syndrome was so real for like the longest time. It's like, what am I even doing here? Like, why am I at the CrossFit Games? Like, why am I at Wadapalooza? Like, why am I on this team? Like, dude, the imposter syndrome was real for like the longest time. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I just gonna fake it till I make it? And I thought about that for like the longest time. But then I was like, you know what? Like, maybe like these guys are reaching out to me. Like, I'm going to there. Like, they're not even have to question me. And just maybe I'm doing okay. Maybe I'm doing all right. And then once people started to ask me for help or like come to me for tips or advice or like a reference, I'm like, you know what? Okay, maybe I'm doing something right. And then it kind of started to just click more. But the imposter part, that shit was real forever. I'm like, I'm just a dude taking photos.
Yeah, I sometimes I still do it sometimes. Especially when you're around some like OGs that have been doing it for forever, and you see what they produce like post event or, post brand shoot or whatever. And you're like, geez, like they're still miles ahead of me. And I think what helps me through it is everything you just referenced there. And I would say in additionally too, it's like, I really just focus on comparing myself to how I was last shoot or last year, or last time I did this. So like I look at my footage, NorCal, for example, like NorCal last year to NorCal this year, like substantially better. And like you saw me like moving around with a gimbal, which I never utilized. Like I never used that. And it was just like, why not like just try something new and like get out of my comfort zone and just kind of like be okay with the fact that, my stuff isn't going to be top. Like I'm trying a new thing here, but like those are the opportunities that you got to take advantage of and actually do try it, because that's only going to make you better.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you're getting better. And I don't know, like if you do this too, but if I have like a lull in like gigs or work, like I'll go back and I'll look at my old stuff, or I'll pull a raw from like a year or two ago and I'll edit it. And I'm like, man, my edits have gotten so much better. Or I'll look on my Instagram from like when I first started, like way back in the day. And I'm just like, wow, these are really bad. Like these are really bad. Like,
isn't it funny too? It's like whenever you post it, you're like, oh, this is so sick. Like I nailed this. And then you look back like years down the road. You're just like, I think everyone does that. I think that's literally like, and people that are just starting out, like they got to realize that like it's going to happen. Like just embrace it. Oh, yeah. But just keep giving yourself opportunities and putting yourself out there, asking questions and all that kind of stuff. Because that's the only way you're going to get better. Yeah. But yeah, same exact thing. I recently switched everything like hard drive wise. So like I moved a lot of stuff around and like I was able to like pull some like historical things and I'm like, goodness gracious. Cause like this was also for me, like back when I was shooting on a Panasonic GH5 and had to like the autofocus isn't great. So I was like manually pulling the focus and just missing shots constantly.
Oh my gosh, dude. I can't even imagine that.
The good thing about it was like, it really taught me how to actually be able to pull focus, right? At least to a manageable level.
Yeah.
And then, when you get a Sony, not Canon, shout out, you have just incredible autofocus. So like, then you can focus on all the other things and like, you can still be able to do both. So it's like, it's almost like if you start with like, I don't want to say worse technology, but like, a lesser technology and you're forced to do more things or learn more or manipulate the camera more, then that's like a way to like fast track in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Like it's like a car. Like when you first get a car, like I started with a beater car. Like I started with a busted up Jeep and then I upgraded to like a nicer car. And I was like, wow, life, like it's so much easier. Like it's so much easier to drive, to focus, to do this, to do that.
You're like, I'm not constantly changing tires on the side of the road. Like I'm not like worried about, this, that,
like this car has AC in it. Oh my gosh, I'm spoiled.
Yeah. Well, I'm spoiled right now with the FX3 with low light and things like that. But like, I remember when I first started, like, any way that I can manipulate sunlight or natural light, or like I was using like just like random like light bulbs or like, it was just the weirdest. Like I used to have I still do, but like a 5-in-1 reflector, 3-in-1 reflector. I don't know what it's called. I'm so bad with like technology and their names and stuff. I just know them as tools. But the reflector, and just have the reflector out there and just kind of like move it with the sun in order to get like the subject lit right. Like you just gotta like grind that stuff out, and you're gonna be better for it.
I feel like the FX3 is just also a cheat code. The FX3 is the only reason I would ever switch to Sony. But I'm committed to the Canon glass because the Canon glass is so expensive. Decision. Oh my God, dude. I shot in like not nighttime, but in the evening a while back. And it's just so dark and grainy. And I'm like, this is not like the FX3 would never do this. The FX3. Oh.
Listen, I don't have to sell people on the FX3. It sells itself.
I mean,
which by the way, currently on it right now. I know I'm looking down at you right now, but I'm also, there's the FX3.
Oh, you're on the FX3?
Yeah, that's what this is. So I have my laptop down here.
Oh, nice.
And then I have, this is where we can do the whole podcast of the podcast.
Break it down. Break it down. What do you have? Let's hear it.
Laptop into a cam link that HDMI into my camera. So my camera acts as my webcam for my computer.
Okay.
So I think a cam link is like $100. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh, that's not bad. And I had a whole plan to come back to come back earlier, and I was going to hook up my GoPro right here.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate you put a lot of time and effort to be on this podcast.
Listen, I thought you were going to be on time, so I was rushing. I thought it was going to start.
I'm a father now. You are a father yourself. You understand the predicament of never being on time to anything ever anymore.
We have postponed this many times.
Dude, literally, like, I even like intentionally like tell myself, hey, I have to be here at like perfect example, CrossFit class. So like CrossFit Magna, there's like a noon class that I go to, or 9:30 a.m. class, or 3:30 p.m. class, right? So I have that nice little flexibility to like kind of pick out which ones I'm going to do based off the, instance of my day. So a lot of the times I typically end up at that 3:30 class. I try to time up the diaper change, full bottle, like all that stuff, like directly at like be done by like 3:12, get out the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 0 for 10 in the last 10. And I show up halfway through the warm up. And like, luckily, the coaches are very nice there. They understand what I'm going through. They don't give me too much crap for it. I do get chirped a little bit because, that's the nature of if you dish it, you got to take it scenario, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily I haven't been hurt yet, knock on wood. But like, I've been, skipping some warm ups for sure.
Ooh, that's a risky move. The older you get, man, it's a risky move.
Sometimes it's like the 4 minutes on the echo bike. Oh, I missed it. No.
I mean, but like, you are a pretty elite athlete yourself. Like I know you can do it.
I am a washed up quarterfinals athlete from like 2023, 2024.
Hey,
not even 2024, 2023.
Was that when the quarterfinals were really like quarterfinals?
It was like 10%, top 10%, not a big deal.
Yeah. What was like the quarter?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I peaked out then, and I like barely made it in. I had to like retest all the workouts, and then I distinctly.
Hey man, a win's a win.
A win is a win. Yes,
win is a win. You made it.
I distinctly remember the quarterfinals that year had like pistols, and I was in the back of our gym during like 5:30 a.m. class. I didn't take any pre-workout or anything because I'm like, I can't even do a pistol. And I think there was like a 20-minute time cap. So I just proceeded to like fall for 20 minutes, like with lifters on, all that kind of stuff, and just fail epically. So I had to do it. I had to post something.
Hey, you did it at least, man. You put in the effort. Nobody could knock you for that.
What are you doing fitness-wise right now?
Just jiu-jitsu, man. I haven't done a CrossFit class in well over a year. I don't even know the last time I did a CrossFit class. Just strictly jiu-jitsu.
We won't hold that against you.
I did reach out to one of the coaches around here because I need something to supplement jiu-jitsu to help build the strength. Because I can do my cardio and everything all day in jiu-jitsu, but I need like to stay like mobile or get strength building. So I may drop into a CrossFit gym close to where I live. What got you
interested in the jiu-jitsu? Was that?
Oh man, so I've always I used to box. I used to fight when I was younger. Then during COVID, I picked up boxing again. That kind of sparked like the combat sports side of me. But then CrossFit was just my life at the time. Like I was all about it. I was like eat, sleep, poop, like CrossFit. And then there was a few years back, there was a brand new gym that opened up right where I lived in Virginia. And I went there for a few months and I moved away. And then I took like a year or like a year and a half or 2 years off. And then the end of last year, I was like, man, I want to go back. Like, I just want to do it. And then I went back and it just took off because I was tired of being injured from CrossFit. Like I'm that guy where like, I don't warm up right. I don't do anything. I just go in there and I just want to lift
mobility.
Heavy. I just want to
who has time for that? Everything. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I just want to max my clean and do muscle ups. That's all I do. Or that's all I want to do. Cause that's all I was good at,
Ring or bar muscle ups.
Bar. Dude, I was probably games level quality pull ups and muscle ups. Dude, I was good. I mean, like when I say I was good, I really wasn't.
You can get that back. It's not going anywhere.
Bro, my shoulders, I don't know if I could do that. I might do but squat cleans, oh man, I used to love it. I would just go in there and just put like 250 on cold and just start hitting it. I'm just like, it caught up to me, and my knees hurt, my back hurt, my shoulders, and then I switched to jiu-jitsu, and honestly, my body feels I feel better. I've lost so much weight. I feel stronger. But I feel like I want to be a little bit stronger. I want to go back to where I was. So.
oh, maybe you could just do like some curls on the side. You know, I'm not too familiar with jujitsu. So like, is it something where you can just kind of like pick it up where you just left off, or do you kind of have to get back into the?
Oh no, dude, you got to get back into it. It's just because even when I travel, man, if I take like a week or two off, like to travel, like a week in May, I went to California for a week. And I didn't really train out there. When I came back, it's like I data dumped everything. I was like, I forgot. First off, I forgot how to breathe. When another man's trying to choke me, I was like, I just completely forgot what to do. I was like,
it's a very unique problem to have. Yeah.
Like, stop. Because, like, it's not a sport where you could just, like, if you don't know how to slow it down, like, you're going to get choked out or you're going to get tapped. So it's like you got to consistently train your mind and your body. And it's also helped me out, like, mentally and emotionally. Like, I know it's kind of like corny, but like jujitsu's helped me like know that everything's not a panic. Like there's ways to get out of like sticky situations. Cause like when another man's trying to make you tap and you have to like hold on for dear life and work your way through it. I've taken those lessons and I've tried to instill it into my kids too. Like I want my kids to do jujitsu. I'm like, hey, you guys, I support you guys 100% if you want to do jujitsu or taekwondo or any form of martial arts. Like I try to explain it to them, but they're young and they don't get it. They're just like, I don't think they have the patience for it, but one day they might. One day.
I was going to say, it's that classic example. Like they got to hear from somebody else. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah,
exactly.
Or like their friend does it and they're like, oh, for sure. Let's get in it.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you can apply to like creative work through that? Like, do you find that to be, obviously this is an outlet for you both like physically, but I'm assuming like it's like a nice little mental outlet too for you.
Oh, 100% mental, dude. I feel so much better when I go. Like my just mental, it's the only place where I can like truly like let go of all my thoughts and let go of all the world. Cause like if you slip up for a second, like I said, like you're going to get choked out. Like you have to stay locked in. You can't be thinking about what you're going to eat for dinner. You can't think about work. You can't think about anything else. You have to just completely lock in. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's nice to just shut off the world for a little bit.
No, that's great. I didn't even thought of that. Yeah, like you have to literally be present. Like you can't think about all the bad stuff that happened that day. You know what you have to do later on that day. It's literally like,
I mean, you can, but you're most likely you're gonna regret it. Your body's gonna hurt, whether you get armbarred or choked out or leg locked. You're gonna.
Yeah. So like, are you able to do that on the road? Like, do you pop in? I know you mentioned like, it's kind of hard, you know, when you're gone for like a week or a couple of weeks, like how do you like stay sharp with it then?
I pop into some gyms. When I went to California, I went to one, I went to Jocko's gym in San Diego. I have a second home gym in Dallas because I go out there because my mom's out there. And then I always try to, the same way I used to drop into CrossFit gyms, I try to drop into jiu-jitsu ones, but it's not like CrossFit where there's ways to scale the movement or there's ways to do this. Like you go in there and like these people, like you are the new guy, like they are coming for you. Like most gyms are like, they're coming for you. There's been some where it's like, they're cool. They're nice. Dude, I remember one gym in Ohio. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to go back. Cause I walked in there and they were all nice, cool. Brother, I thought I was in a UFC fight every single round. I was like, and at this time, I was like 2 months in. I'm like, guys, I'm like 2 months in, like fresh. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I think if I went now, it'd be a lot better. I could like hold my own, but I'll never forget. I was getting choked out like nonstop. I'm like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just hurting me.
Yeah, that's a good way to like force yourself to get better. Like, hey, I don't want to, get choked out today.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting. I mean, I don't even know. There's nothing really relatable for like a consequence for media stuff, except like I don't know if you format your card.
Oh, I've done that.
I don't even want to bring that up because I don't know if you have any horror stories, but oh my goodness,
Wadapalooza this year.
No,
Wadapalooza, dude, Wadapalooza this year. So we dumped our videos. I dumped this. This was what day was it? Sunny? Was it Saturday? Like that was like one day. It was like the weather was great.
Sunny.
Yeah, I think it was like Friday or Saturday because it was sunny for like 1 day. It was
early, yeah. Because I think Saturday was when they started like postponing stuff.
Okay, yeah. So it might have been Friday morning. Dude, I was out there early. I got the photos. It was the day that they had the rain workout with Annika and Jason and all them. So I went back. I dumped the videos because I was on the video team, and then I was taking photos. I was doing all this stuff. I was going to all the events. Dude, I was getting banger photos because the weather was nice. Like the videos were nice and crisp.
You were taking chances.
Yes, I was taking chances. I went back to dump my card. Then I switched to another card, and then for some reason I formatted the next card. But it was the one I just had because I had like 3 or 4 cards because I would go back, dump them, switch out cards, dump them, switch out cards. Or if we give them to Chase like here's some content on this card. And amateur mistake, I got them mixed up. I formatted the wrong card. I lost like 1,000 photos, like dozens of videos. And as soon as I did it, it like clicked. I was like, oh my God, I just lost. Like I had already dumped the duat, so the deliverables were already there. But all the stuff that I wanted for myself, I was like, man, there was great footage. There was great photos. The photos I was more upset about because I was like, these are great photos.
Hey, at least it was like for yourself, and Steven wasn't like, knocking down your door being like, brother, where's the footage?
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean, you've done Wadapalooza a couple times. Like what keeps you coming back there? Besides, you can't answer the people. You're not allowed to answer the people.
The swag, the fun. I don't know. Like it's always on a beach. It's always on a beach. It's fun. I hate the sand. Oh my God, the sand gets everywhere. Yeah, it's horrible. The sand is everywhere. But honestly, man, like with Chase, with Steven, with Rick, with Lewis, dude, it's the craziest crew. Like that is the funnest crew I've ever worked with, ever.
Well, you haven't worked with, me at Desert City.
I mean, I'm not deploying anymore, so I am in town. I am free. I just checked my calendar, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm free out that weekend.
Cool. Well, you'll have to pop in then for sure.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be out there 100%, regardless if it's with or without you. I'm going to be out there.
Yeah, we got Chris, we got Holly. Have you met Holly? Do you know Holly?
Dude, me and Holly have stories together. We have been in the trenches together. Me and her go back. She's awesome, man.
Brett.
She's awesome.
Brett's going to be out here.
Vitae's?
Yeah.
Vitae's going to be? Oh, yeah. Dude, he's awesome too. Him and his majestic hair.
I'm excited for him to like get creative with AS because it's at AS, it's at ASU.
Yeah.
And it's like a student like rec center type thing going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've been there. Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how he's going to document that because, this will be my 3rd year now. It's like, I'm like used to it, right? I'm just used to like all the normal stuff, kind of like probably you with like Wadapalooza. I know they change up like little things every year, but it's like, you go to it every year. You're like, okay, I kind of know what I'm getting into, kind of know what everything looks like. So getting someone that has like a different perspective and like a fresh perspective is going to be very interesting. I feel
Dude, nice. His concert stuff is so great. And I would love to see someone like the way he captures the emotions of the concerts at like fitness events.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I'm excited for it. And, he's running up a competition. I think it's actually like it's pretty soon. It's either this weekend or next week. Yeah. He told
survival games, right? The DCF or something.
He was like, whenever we were talking on the podcast, like he was talking about how he hired a bunch of people that do a lot of street photography and like don't necessarily like do what we do. And it's going to be super cool to see like their take on stuff. As like a different like outside perspective.
That's what you need. See, like I'm trying to get to the point where I have enough experience in all of those to kind of bring different niches to other niches. I guess like that's what the ultimate goal is, to try to just like not what's the saying, a jack of all but a master of none. Is that it?
Something like that. We actually have somebody on the Desert City team that is that exact description, where he's just like average at everything. But because he's averaging everything,
I want to be like, I want to be like above.
Listen, you're not going to get choked out, so I think you're okay if you're like average.
Then I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You don't know what I'm into. If there's no threat on the floor, that is fine.
Exactly. Sure. And then like on the video side, we're having some people coming in that are from like the Latin American area. So that's going to be super cool.
Those Latin guys are very good.
So good.
Their video stuff is so.
I messaged them and I was like, I looked at the Latinum Masters, I believe it was. And I was like, I've never seen Masters coverage done to this level you know,
bro,
like
they care.
It
Yeah,
felt like
they
it literally
care.
felt like it was the games. Like, obviously, I mean, the games has a lot more like, you know, financial backing behind it. So I'm not saying they're the same.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, like, as far as like, if you can compare it across all the different masters competitions, things like that, like they elevated that a ton.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
100%. Yeah. I know them, dude.
Yeah.
Like they are, and they work hard, dude. Like they
do.
are good people, man.
Yeah. So we have, hold on. I'm gonna get their names here. See,
What's their Instagrams? I don't know names.
So it's
Dude,
like that classic thing. Well, it's that classic thing of like, I'm cutting this part. There's that classic thing of like, they have like their name and then their last name, and then it's like their maiden name, their middle name. And I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, yeah. Like, which one are you?
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, like when we were at Waza, man, dude, I felt so bad at Waza, man, because they were like outside the media tent and like under an awning. And when it was raining, we like looked outside and they're all like standing on the tables and we're like, dude, come inside. Like, they were getting flooded out, man. It was bad.
Not good. Yeah. So, like we have Alex is coming out, Alex Emil, who I think is Alex Emil on Instagram.
Yeah,
but he's coming out. We're working on a few other people finalizing too, but we're gonna have a hopefully like it's, and maybe this isn't like a situation where it actually happens, but last year I noticed we had a few like Spanish speaking athletes, at least predominantly. Whenever I was like kind of interviewing them, I could kind of tell. So hopefully we can add that little like flavor to it where we can have them just, you know,
you should, dude,
native tongue and allow them the freedom to like really express themselves, because you know how it is. Typically, if like English is your second language, it's like you're not able to fully express what you want to say, and then you get misquoted or you say something accidentally that you don't want to, and like all that. So it's like, you know, hopefully we'll have that influence as well.
Dude, that would be amazing. I love it, especially in Arizona. Like it's good.
I'm so mad at myself. You know, growing up, I, for whatever reason, always made Spanish class like my blow off class. You know, my class where I would not really pay attention to that. I beat myself up every single day, you know, because I'm like, I'd live in Arizona, like predominantly Spanish speaking area, you know, as the next language besides English. And it's like, my life would be so much easier down here, you know, and especially because all my friends, like for the most part down here, or maybe not down here, but like I have a lot of friends that speak Spanish. So like, it'd be super cool to just like go back and forth and like not have to do this whole, you know, thing.
I hate that. I lost a lot of my Spanish, and it makes me like really sad. And like my grandparents were really sad as I lost, because I grew up on the border. Like I grew up in Texas, but I was raised in Lower Laredo. So like I spoke Spanish, I knew Spanish, but when I joined the army, man, I just didn't speak it for like years. I didn't hear it because I was in Korea. I went to Iraq. I went to just language training for Dari. Like I just never spoke it, dude. So I'm like, it started to just like fade away more and more and more and more. And then, dude, before my grandma passed, like she's all like, "Are you ever gonna speak Spanish again?" And I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like, jeez, I don't know. I'd have to like relearn it. But what I do know is that when I drink, it comes out. So if you hear me speak Spanish, I need to be cut off. Like I need to be done. I don't
know about that. I think we need to double down. What's your drink of choice then,
dude?
Just out of curiosity, not for any specific reason.
Drink of choice, man. It really depends. If we're at like a football game, then I'm drinking beer. Dude, but like the older I get, the more I'm like, the more beer I get bloated, bro.
I know. I hear you.
Like I can't throw back beer like I used to.
No,
but you get
no, not even close.
Dude, not even, dude. I go out with my army guys once a year. Like in a few weeks, we're going to Denver for a weekend, and we went to Nashville last year for like our annual trip, and we try to drink like we used to, and maybe like 3 or 4 beers in, all of us are like, I'm bloated, bro. Like I can't do this anymore.
Definitely not. No, I don't, you know, well, now like a lot of my friends, at least like in the last couple of years, like we're all in our 30s now, right? And like we're all starting to get married. I don't know why. In Arizona, we typically get married in our 30s. It's like a thing. Everyone kind of like, oh, you're really 30. Yeah, it took a while. Oh, you really took your time with that. Yeah. Okay.
Man, you did it right.
Cool, man. I had to get that out. That actually felt nice for me, therapy wise.
It did. Just say it out loud. Yeah.
No, but like we're all in our 30s and we go in these bachelor parties and we're like, we don't have it. You know, we usually do the whole like, you know, arrival day, you kind of like ease into it. Then you have your big day, and then it's just like completely off that. I mean, my bachelor party, like the one day we were like, we just kind of like hung inside and like watched old football highlights and stuff. You know, it's just whatever, man. Like we didn't have it. We all had to go home to like our families and our, you know, our fiancés, our wives, our kids, whatever. It's like, we don't have it.
Bro, you know what's crazy is our last get together was in Ohio because one of our friends lives out there, and we went out there earlier this year, and we always plan like a 3 or 4 day trip, and we're always like, hey, the first day we're just gonna chill, we're gonna go slow, and then the next day's our drinking day, and the day after that we're just gonna hang out, recover. And always happens without fail. As soon as we get in, we all start drinking, and then the rest of the weekend we're like, let's just get a mimosa, like let's just get like 1 or 2 drinks. We're just gonna glide, we're just gonna glide.
Listen, you gotta come back and be a productive member of society, you know, and you don't want to get on that flight on a Sunday,
Oh, dude, flying drunk now or hungover now, miserable. Like when I was younger, fine, cool, but now, no.
What is a hangover when we were younger? What? Like, what does that even mean?
I would go out and like work out hungover. That'd be fine. I'd sweat it off. I'd be all right.
I know, dude. Oh, that's a whole. Listen, we could. Okay. So
you were in
we
college for baseball, so you get it.
We have 2 future podcasts that we're going to do together. We're going to do a podcasting on podcasting, and then we're going to do a podcasting on what it's like to lose a step and to be an adult, and all of those things that come on. So new responsibilities.
We need to do that with a few of us while we do have a drink. I want to do that. Oh, yeah, of course. So my drink would be whiskey and ginger ale. Would be my go-to now. Whiskey,
so
ginger.
Maybe that makes its way onto your rider for Desert City. Perhaps Perhaps it's around.
It just shows up. It shows up right there. Oh man, that's. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna go out there to hang out with the homies. I might just happen to be like, hey, JT, drink this Dutch Bros cup that looks and smells weird.
No, real quick, the last thing before we hang up here,
Please.
Hang up. This isn't a phone call.
Don't tell me you hate Dutch Bros
now, dude. I'm so old. Anywho,
pick up this phone right quick.
I used to do this thing where
don't tell me you hate Dutch.
No. Is it what?
What? Do you hate Dutch Bros?
I don't necessarily drink it, but I don't hate it. It's not like a negative. A lot of sugar. You got to watch out for that nowadays. We used to do this thing where, is it vodka or water? Like in my 20s. And you never really knew, right? Until you knew. Let's just say those years are behind me. So I haven't necessarily tried it to do that, but like that would be my one like early 20s moment that has since been retired. So
I get that. I feel like at comps also we just need to hydrate like with regular stuff because we move. Yeah. We move so much and
straight up like electrolytes,
tens of thousands of steps.
Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, man, I'm excited for you to come out here.
Yep.
Be fun. We can actually maybe this time, whenever we say we're going to do a podcast in person, we can actually do said podcast in person.
I feel like we should get a group of us, man. We all have mics. Dude, what if we get multiple cameras from multiple angles, make it a legit production? Bro, you're going to have a lot of us there,
It's like, what if we flew to NorCal, or what if we flew to Sacramento, brought a bunch of cameras, tripods, microphones, was all ready to rock, texted everybody that was in the media team, and then realized that they're all together, texted them separately, and then realized they're all together on a Walmart run.
You at the same time?
Yeah, and then realized they're all together on a Walmart run, and then they all text you separately, and then you're embarrassed because
what would be the odds of that, though? What are the odds of that?
That was so bad.
That was, dude. We were cracking up in the car because Koala's like, "Are you messaging JT?" And then E's like, "Yeah," but she was asking me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And then John's like, "Yeah." We're just like, "Oh, we're all messaging him."
I'm like, "Hey guys, does anyone want to hang out with me?" Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you doing. It was good to chat.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome, man. I can't wait to see you in September. Oh, I'm going to be out there twice in September. Oh, wow.
Sounds like a good opportunity to have some whiskey and ginger.
The whiskey ginger and to work on my tan a little bit. Okay.
No sand, though, for you. No sand.
No sand. I'm good on that. No
dry
sand.
heat.
But I'll get in the water, though. I'll get in the water to
There's no water.
Underwater shots.
There's no real water in Arizona. No.
Well, they have it at that pool, at the ASU pool.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got my GoPros and everything, dude. Don't worry. We're good.
Well, Well, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for tuning in to the Capture the Reps podcast. If you're a fitness creative and you found this episode helpful, please share this with a fellow creative and keep creating, keep learning, and keep capturing those reps. We'll see you next time.